Hello and welcome back to yet another Reflections from the Sink. And you know, every time I do Reflections from the Sink and I look at it, my bed is always uneven. I don't know why. Maybe I'm on a lean. Anyway, what I want to talk about, I guess I want to talk about the blessings of whānau, the blessings of family, and just, you know, what they bring. And it's, I think so often we take family for granted, or we find ourselves warring with family, and so those connections aren't there. And this has sort of come out of, I had a day yesterday where I got up very early in the morning, you know, sort of, I think we're up at 3:30, to travel north and to go travelling north with my dad, to go up and collect my mother who was up north, and also to do me a favour, which was to collect a table that a dear friend of mine has made me the custodian of until she finds her forever home, I suppose. You know, so that could be either a short thing or a long thing. But anyway, it's the sort of trips I've done with my dad in the past. And you know what I've realised with my dad, and it's probably a male thing, is that, you know, the best time to talk to a man is when you're sitting beside them and they're actually distracted doing other things, and so, you know, the conversation tends to go into a flow mode. And I realised just, you know, how much I learned. I learned about, you know, the landscape. I learned about, you know, the environment and how much it's changed. And, you know, it was never, you know, that conversation, it was never an intentional one. You know, it was my dad talking about, you know, his time and how, you know, different things were, or how different things are. But, you know, then it made me realise that at some point, you know, this will be the last. And, that, you know, that one won't be the last. I know that for a fact. But at some point, you know, that trip, all those types of trips will end. Because, you know, that's the reality of life, is that, you know, we all come to an end at some point. Because we, you know, in order to start our next journey, we have to finish this one. You know, and so in order for people to go home, you know, they have to leave their physical body and go back to where they're from. So just take that time to value those around you. And if it's not your parents, you know, you know, reflect on your friends, and just take the right time to listen and to be blessed by them and what they bring. Take that time to reflect, to say thank you, to say I love you, and let them know how special they are, because at some point you won't be able to do that in the future. And my voice changes because I want to cry, so I laugh. You know, it's that male safety thing, right? Because at some point you won't be able to do that. You know, that'll be the last conversation, it'll be the last hug, it'll be the last hello, it'll be the last goodbye. So don't take anything or anyone for granted, and show that gratitude, show that love, show the joy, show the grace. Show the grace that comes. And remember, we are all blessed. We are all blessed. And sometimes it just takes a little bit of space and time to find that blessing. But know that it's there. And blessings are like magic, hey? Because once you start seeing blessings, you'll start seeing more blessings. And then because you're seeing more, you attract more. So those blessings will come to you. So start with what's around you. Take that time. Feel it in your heart. Experience their love. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with that. Dishes are done. Well, yeah, actually, dishes are done. And I'll see you next time at Reflections from the Sink.